Hey everybody, Jochen Heiden here. Um, Sorry about the sound of my voice. I'm getting over a really bad cold, so just bear with me tonight. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Lodrik and I are finally restarting our turn one. We're finally doing this. This time around, we're doing 1 day turns to start out the campaign because the 2 day turns are just really brutal. But because I discovered on the forums how to switch our play by email from 1 to 2 day turns or back and forth whenever we want, we can speed this thing up once we get through the first few weeks of the war if we so choose. So that's going to make this thing really go better once we get it moving. So to recap, we're playing with play to find upgrades on, and we are not doing a historical first start. Lodrik requested the ability to custom make his first turn, and I'm playing as if this was a complete surprise, so I have done no moves on the allied side on turn one. So whatever happens to the allies on this first day, you can't blame me because I didn't make it do anything. It's whatever was scripted on the game when it first launches. But Lodrik got to pick and choose how he wanted his first day to go. So we're going to go ahead and play this right now, and we'll look at the damage and see how bad it is. Uh, Keep your fingers crossed that I don't get crushed too hard on his first day. Let's do it. Oh, that music's loud. Turn it down. Okay, we're live. Oh, that's a great way to start. A submarine attack on the repulse before the bombers even have a chance to hit it. Yikes. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Well, at least our destroyer is getting some revenge here. Well, we got some hits on the submarine, which is good, but it's not great to start off with your repulse taking 2 torpedo hits from a sub before anything else happens. Uh-oh. Something's not right over Pearl Harbor. What's going on? Oh, here it comes, guys. This is our strike on Pearl Harbor. All right. I don't think we need to sit here and wait for this to run. I'm just going to go ahead and push it and see what we get here. Fair amount of flak losses there. That's not bad. Oh, okay. 2 destroyers. Let's see here. Wow. So he took a lot of aircraft losses on this. 20 destroyed by flak outright, according to this, and then another 70, 60 damaged. And the expected amount of aircraft lost, that's to be expected. Let's see what the ship damage is. That's what I'm really concerned about here. Okay, Oklahoma, 4 torpedoes. Tennessee, 3 torpedoes. Nevada, Pennsylvania, California. A lot of torpedo hits. Oh, man. I'm not sure how many of these will actually sink, but it looks like we definitely lost 2 destroyers outright. 2 of our heavy cruisers took 1 torpedo each. Honestly, this isn't that bad. I've seen worse. So, when Lodrik sent me the turn, he did say that um, he didn't feel like he had a very good um, Pearl Harbor strike. So I can kind of see what he's talking about here. I mean, I've seen worse. So let's see what else happens. All right, he's got some sweeps over Yellow Star. Here comes the stuff over Clark Field, and here is the dreaded attack on 4C, which is already kind of messed up from that submarine attack that started off the turn. I'd like these Buffaloes to do something here. Yeah, not did much done here. Let's fast forward here. So the Buffaloes didn't do a whole lot to help us out here. Let's see how bad this ends up being. That's 2 torpedoes. Three torpedoes in the Prince of Wales. 4. Oh, this is not good. Oh, got 1. Oh boy. Um, yeah, let's just fast forward this. This is not gonna be good. Hey, look who showed up. The Buffaloes came back. And they're not doing a whole lot to help us out here. All right, so it looks like we took out about 3 of his bombers. Maybe a few of these will not make it back. Prince of Wales is sunk outright. Now, so much for that. I mean, it's always a crapshoot of what's going to happen with those things on the first turn. So, um, it definitely looks like the Prince of Wales is gone, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens to the Repulse, if it's going to be able to make it back with those 2 torpedoes it already took. And a big strike on the port of Manila. This thing is always this is this is kind of important what happens here, because there's a lot of subs in Manila Harbor, and I want to use those things and get them moving out of there as quickly as I can, but he's going full bore maximum effort strikes on the port here, probably to take out as many of my subs as possible, because I won't be able to unleash those on mainland Japan if they're destroyed here in the harbor. So let's fast forward through this and see how many I actually lose. Wow. Bunch of PT boats. Nobody cares about those. 1 sub, 2 subs, 3 subs. Huh? Wow. So it looks like 2 to 3 subs lost right off the bat. Langley's heavily damaged. A lot of other submarines are heavily damaged, but not sunk outright. Three destroyers. A bunch of PT boats are sunk, but they're not worth much anyway. Well, that's pretty disappointing. It looks like a third to half of the subs in port total are either sunk or damaged at some point. So I'll be interested to see how many I can actually get out of there. Surprisingly, we're putting him absolutely no fighter opposition over Luzon here. Now I haven't seen a single fighter come up. Now here we get strikes on Clark Field. So really only 1 aircraft was actually destroyed on the ground. That wasn't that effective of a strike. I'm sure there'll be more though. Jeez, look at that. 70 Sallies hitting Kota Baru. That's a lot. I didn't know they had that many aircraft in in this part of Southeast Asia. Well, he destroyed 7 aircraft on the ground, and that's fine. And honestly, it's really okay because Kodabaru is not going to hold anyway, so he just bombed his own airfield. So there you go, Lodrik. Enjoy. It's all yours, man. Ah, another port strike on Manila. Oh, man. Oh, there's more subs hit, 2 more sunk, and man, I'll be lucky if I get any serviceable submarines out of there in time. These are the expected strikes that we're going to see here in China. Yeah, interesting. I saw this on our aborted first turn for the 2-day turns. It looks like he's going really hard right out of the gate out of Canton. He's hitting this blocking forts here, and it looks like he's kind of want to strike out this way and head up towards Wuchao and Kuilin and Kukong out of Canton. That's an interesting move. I never thought to do that when I was playing as Japan. Huge casualties on our side. Yep, he's striking Aloe Star runway. Again, this is a field that he's going to capture anyway, so it's all his, man. I'm gonna start pulling troops out of there, get the aircraft out of there. There's no way I can hold it anyway, so I'm gonna let him inherit this damaged airfield because there's no way I can sustain it anyway. More Chinese strikes. Oh, and another strike at Pearl. Oh, looks like he's going for some of the ships that are just on the task forces that are out in the harbor. Pretty sure the ward is done for here. Yep. Good kill. And these buffaloes, I don't expect them to last. This is very interesting. These are naval bombers. How does he have naval bombers off Singapore so quickly? Man, I, a very aggressive strategy right out of the gate here. Boy, I'm obviously not familiar with how a Japanese player can get those aircraft aircraft carriers down that far right out of the gate. I was under the impression all those were out there in the middle of the Pacific, you know. This does not bode well for the repulse, I'll tell you that. Oh boy, yeah. Repulse took 8 more bomb hits in addition to the 2 torpedoes it already took. More fighter sweeps from him, but none of my fighters even bothered to go up today. Oh, more ships sinking into port there at Manila. A lot of sighting reports here. Stuff that we all kind of expected. And this looks like another strike on Force Z. Let's see what these buffaloes can do this time. Get a little revenge in here. Wow. It looks like we shot down a fair amount of those things. Man, let's get some more. Wow. Impressive. These buffaloes put up a good fight here. Nice. Look at that. He lost 8 on that strike for nothing. I'll take that. These are good bomber pilots right out of the gate. Yeah, this is unfortunate here. I would not have sent this kind of attack out, but it is a fair amount of buffalo, so I am kind of curious how they're going to do with this cap. Here, let's find out. And the result was not well. Looks like 6 losses for nothing gained. I'm sure we're going to lose most of these. Yeah. Oh. We guess we have some aircraft in the air here. Be curious to see how these guys do. My guess is not well. Another ship that was out in the harbor doing a patrol. Didn't figure to last. Yeah, I'm pretty safe to sure to say that thing's gone. And another major raid on the 4C. No, that's poor Repulsa's got nothing left, man. That's got to be the end of that thing. Yeah, so the Repulse took another torpedo and it's sunk. Yeah, it's done. 3 torpedoes. Well, that's officially the end of the Force Z. We lose the Repulse and the Prince of Wales on turn 1. It looks like the Express took a bomb, but I'm sure I can get that thing out of there. This is a fighter sweep. Oh, I guess it was. What is that? It must have been some sort of ground attack. Yeah, well, he just damaged his own airfield again. Hey, enjoy it. Hmm. And now we counterattack with this thing that I would not have launched. And we just lose another aircraft there. I don't expect these to get through. Oh, they do get through. Let's see what they can do. What? They hear you? What in the world is the hear you doing in the HIE? Okay, so now we know he has to hear you in the HIE over here by Mersing. This is quite a departure from historical reality, isn't it? So he split up the Kido Butai and sent at least 2 of their ships out to deal with us out here in Malaya. That's very interesting. Well, that would explain why his Pearl Harbor attack wasn't that strong. He sent one of his heavy hitters out here. Interesting. We'll keep that in mind that we spotted these 2 out here. Well, kind of figured that was going to happen. Get some more ships sinking in Manila Harbor there. And one more at Pearl. And the Express does not seem to be doing too well. All right, so we got a landing at Kuantan. Did some shore bombardment there. Wow, look at the losses. A lot of damaged aircraft. It's going to be hard to evacuate those out of there. That is a large force. That's a lot of heavy cruisers stacked up for one shore bombardment. That is a very large force. Does he understand that he's destroying he's destroying this base that he needs? A little too much, I think. Okay, we got a landing at Iba. Took out a substantial amount of aircraft there, or damaged a bunch. Another base he's going to have to build back up. And a landing at Batangas. So he's like a pincer move. He's going to come in from the top and from the bottom and block us in here. We took a lot of losses again. A couple big heavy hitters. Miyako class cruisers here. And a Chitose. Took a standard amount of losses on his landing. And then he's coming in immersing right off the bat. Wow, that's aggressive. So he's looking to cut me off right out of the get-go here at Mersing. So I can't retreat any of these troops back into Singapore. He's going to slice us off right here before we can get down there. Honestly, I'm surprised that he didn't do a better shore bombardment there. He did it up here at Kuantan. I would have expected him to want to soften up immersing because that's where you can do your big cutoff down there. Whatever. Some more activity at Iba. A bunch of sub chasers. Look at that. They're all grouped together. You know what? I bet you he's just getting ahead of the game and he's using these guys for bombardment and he's going to deploy them all around here to try to cut off my submarines leaving Manila. He's going to split these sub chasers off and block us in over here. Interesting. And he's coming at San Fernando. Bunch of sub chasers again. He takes some losses on the landing. And then another landing at Kota Baru, which we kind of expected. Again, I'm really surprised that he used such a large bombardment at Kwanton, because if you look at this field here, it's hard to really advance from here because it's got this small road. Try to get to Timalo. I would have just gone all in at Mersing instead of landing here and wasting time trying to come up the small road. Interesting. Some more landing at Iba. And that's at Mersing again. He takes a fair amount of casualties on that landing. And again at Mersing. Small amount of casualties. All right. No big deal there. Still landing. Jeez. Okay. That's there at San Fernando again in Philippines. Okay. Nice. Let's see what's going on here. So we're gonna have some action here in China. These first moves are gonna be more or less unopposed by me, so I fully expect them to have a good first day in China. Yep, that's expected. Wow, so that's basically it. So not a ton of activity on the ground in turn one. Not making a lot of huge moves in China. Well, I guess he's moving a bit. There's not going to be a lot of combat on the first turn. And then we have a bunch of amphibious landings at Malaya and the Philippines, which again are expected. I would say the Pearl Harbor strike was a little lackluster, but now that I know he's got at least the Hiei over there in Malaya, that means his Kido Butai is not as strong as it could have been right there off of Pearl Harbor. I would say his port strikes at Manila were very effective. I'm kind of dreading getting the turn back and seeing what I have to work with there. It's not going to be good. And then a very interesting move going straight to Mersing right off the bat. I didn't expect him to be that bold from the get-go, so I'll have to come up with a strategy on how to deal with that, because I had big plans for Malaya and having time to withdraw my troops south to Singapore. But if he cuts me off down there, it's going to be very hard to get troops back in. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so that's it for this turn. That's the combat replay. He's going to get me turn 2 back here in a little while, and then I'll have a chance to actually start making my moves. And once I do that, I'm going to make a video that summarizes everything I plan to do on my turn 2. I'm not going to bore you with the thousands of mouse clicks that I'm going to have to make to set it up, but once it is set up, I'll go through and I'll talk about what I plan to do. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more. It's going to be real exciting. Lodrik is very, very good, and I'm not. But, you know, when you're playing allies, you just can't not be good. They gotta have everything, right? So hopefully I can make something of this. Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you soon.